Yeah,
Wait,
it's,
how many
it's
more
died.
wins? 7 in squad battles with rivals. Then I need to win 4 more and I'm going to win 1 more.
So it started now. The truth started. So should we just talk about what we were talking about earlier with like the team Todibo Fofana Saliba argument?
Yeah. Basically, Saliba got shaved by not even getting one. And we know the video came out of him doing a bit of madness, but still, he deserved one.
He deserved it.
I don't
He
actually,
deserved the what, mate? You didn't clarify what.
the video. The video.
No, you said he deserves one.
Oh, sorry, I meant a future stars card. My bad. Sorry, I forgot. He deserved a future stars card. He also deserved.
He also deserved better stats on his base card.
Yeah. No, I got Malcolm. That's a bit shit. But yeah, he deserved a future stars card. Todibo, I can't lie. I did not follow Todibo. I knew about Todibo like roughly, but I didn't follow him, so I can't really say anything about him aside from the fact that his future card is God. And Fofana deserved a future stars card. That was better than the one he got. I mean,
yeah. We were talking about how like because it's Fofana's like starting season that he got like an overrated card.
Breakout season, so I can't understand. If he doesn't get like a good upgrade next year, then it's gonna be a bit weird.
Yeah.
But,
like we even went on to the conversation about how Aubameyang got a downgrade after his incredible season last year, and Firmino got an upgrade after his dreadful season last year.
I think Firmino did deserve an upgrade, because I mean he might have not scored many goals, but he's vital to
Liverpool's play.
But if he got an upgrade, Aubameyang had to have an upgrade.
Yeah, especially since it was like I think it was a plus. Was it a +1 or a +2? I can't remember.
I think he was 87 last year. No, he was 86 last year, so he's 87 now, isn't it? So he's
+1. Yeah, so I'm not saying he should at least deserve like a +2 or 3 Aubameyang.
Exactly, Aubameyang should have. I think Aubameyang, he was 88 last year. I think he should have been 90. If Mane and Salah are 90, I think Aubameyang should have been 90.
Yeah. And I'm not saying this just because I'm an Arsenal fan. I know what most people think. I'm not just saying this because I'm an Arsenal fan.
I'm a Chelsea fan, I know, agree.
Because I'm gonna be honest, I'm not gonna lie, Kane and Son, for their performances at the start of the season, they should get an upgrade next season.
I dislike Kane so much. I love Son.
Yeah, Korean, Asian connection right there. But they should both get upgrades, especially since how well they were working together at the start of the season.
I mean, Son has sort of fallen off a little bit.
Yeah, Son's fallen off a little bit because he's starting to get more injuries now.
Yeah,
I'm not sure
even
if
though he got injured and he's back, I don't know, he's a really weird player. He can do everything.
Yeah, Kane's like I went on the story of like 433 and it said, would you rather be injured all the time but known as a very good player, or never be injured and win loads of titles but be known as an average player? And I'm thinking right now, Kane is the first one.
Yeah,
Kane is always injured, but he's recognised as a brilliant player, and it's because if you look at Aubameyang's good and can finish. Look at Aubameyang, he's quick and can finish. Ronaldo, same thing. What I think separates
Kane's got good playmaking as well.
Yeah, what I think separates people like him and people like Giroud and people like Kane is the fact that they are not the quickest of players. They aren't the quickest by a country mile, but they can perform.
Because he's not good in FIFA. A lot of people like underestimate. Like Busquets,
yeah.
People don't really rate him just because he's not good in. I know it sounds dumb, but he's not good in FIFA. He's disgusting in FIFA.
Yes, but in real life,
he's a baller.
It's like his card that he just got.
Exactly.
Like
he's a really
on
good
a bad day, that's his normal card. On a good day, the moments card he just got, that's him consistently.
Yeah. But it's just how it is.
And also, I know this would make FIFA a lot worse and a lot more toxic and all of that, but You know Varane.
Oh god.
Varane, I like. I'm not saying this because he's a good player or because he's in my ultimate team, whatever. I'm saying this genuinely. He last season should have got an upgrade. He should not be 82 rated.
He's not 82 rated.
Is he not?
86.
Oh, 86. Oh, but either way, I'm seeing like if I go on the centre backs right now, if I go centre backs on FIFA right now, and I look at players' normal cards that I've got better cards than him. I don't think like there's not a few right now, but I don't think he's on the same level as PK. He's much better than PK. He's not on the same level as Hummels. He's better than Chiellini 100%, and he's better than Laporte, especially since he's beating him to get in the French squad.
No. He's not better than Laporte. Laporte may have been injured, but he's not better
Laporte,
than Laporte.
no. The reason why I say that is because Laporte beats him consistent. Laporte gets beaten by him consistently to get into the French squad. No, I agree. Laporte's massively overlooked. Laporte's massively overlooked. Like I like the fact that he's got 88 defending, because that is what he is meant to be doing. And Varane, I agree, he should have 86 defending. I mean 87 defending. But what I mean is like in certain things, you would choose Laporte over Varane, or you choose Varane over Laporte. And most of the time, it would be Varane over Laporte.
That's
and the reason,
real life. To be honest,
no, in real life, I would pick him as well. Like, there's just that 1-2 odd moments, like in the Champions League, where he messes up. But every single player has those slip ups.
Yeah, but like, I don't think there's anything aside from being fast. Aside from being fast, like John Terry, he was a brilliant defender. No, I'm saying that kind of show, he was a good defender. John Terry, I could outpace John Terry. John Terry was not a fast guy.
Yeah, but he's good at defending. Yeah.
So aside from pace, I don't think there's anything Varane can do that Laporte can't. I think Laporte is a better defender than Varane.
No, but I know that. But the reason why I'm saying that is because I thought, like, remember, this is Varane from 2 years ago. Varane's improved from 2 years ago.
No, I know.
Those performances that he put in at the World Cup, where he was literally blocking. I think there was one game. I can't remember which one it was, but I think it was against like Australia. Australia's on the break. Shot blocked by Varane. Shot blocked by Varane. 4 shots, all blocked by Varane. And you've got to realise they're on opposite sides of the box. I know pace largely helped with that, but his defensive awareness and his defensive positioning should make him a higher rated card. When you consider that Laporte already plays in a good defence, sometimes does have the occasional slip up, but especially from the games that I've seen him in, he isn't playing as well. Like the players on this first page, Thiago Silva from the games I've seen has played much better than Laporte, and for him to be 85 is kind of weird. PK as well. PK and Laporte, I would say, are on the same level, because for them to both be slow, but for both of them to be world class, I'd say they'd be on the both same level. And especially with the defending, PK has been stiffed because he should not have 86 defending.
No, I see. Fair enough. I don't fully agree with you, but yeah, I get where you're coming from.
Yeah. Like you don't fully agree, but you can understand what I mean.
Your points make sense.
Yeah, it's not like I'm not saying like Lingardinho should start for Man United over Rashford and them, man. But
Lingardinho should start for everyone.
It's not the thing. It's not. You don't mostly agree with it, but you can understand where they come from.
Exactly. It's not. You're not being stupid or anything like that. It makes sense. Yeah.
It's like what's it called? It's like one of my friends last year. When he saw that Watford were relegated, he said I'm not gonna lie, I don't think Troy Deeney and Ismail Assar deserve to be down there. And I'm kind of like, sometimes I'm kind of like, I don't agree with you, but I can understand where you come from with that statement, because especially that Liverpool game, Ismail Assar performed world class. But for most of the season, he wasn't performing to that quality. He wasn't performing like that.
He was good, but he wasn't anything exceptional.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, Troy Deeney, I think Troy Deeney, he's right. Troy Deeney isn't an amazing player, but he's a clutch player. He's there.
He's there. He's there when you need him to. Like that goal against what's it called? That goal against Leicester in the where.
The one player I definitely don't think deserves to be, and who isn't actually in the championship, was Delafeu. He should not have gone down. He left anyway, but still.
Another player, Ben Rama.
Ooh,
Ben Rama should not be in the championship because.
I don't know. I don't know why he's not starting for West Ham. I know West Ham are on fire right now, but I think Ben Rama should be starting at least maybe next.
Do you know why? Because
I forgot.
I think they bought him, but I think it's because like if you look at the players. They don't really play wide formations, and if they do, usually it's Antonio and someone else. But the other position where you can play is Cam, and if you look at Cam, Lanzini and
what have I done?
And what's it called? The manager at West Ham loves Lanzini. I can't remember what his name, but he loves Lanzini.
What, David Moyes?
Yeah, he loves him. He really does.
I don't know. I think Lanzini's sort of deteriorating, but that goal against Spurs.
Yeah, that goal against Spurs was. I think everyone in England celebrated that goal against Spurs.
It's 100%. No, I can't. No, he did not mean to shoot it like that in that corner.
He meant to hit the ball to aim it towards goal, but he didn't mean to hit it like that.
I think he sort of scuffed. He just like sliced it, and it just worked. Right?
Yeah, but that's the thing. Most of I find it when people say that because most goals that are incredible are like that.
They're not meant. Most of them aren't
like,
meant.
If you look at Pavard's goal, Pavard's goal from the World Cup, that is a scuffed shot.
Is it?
Because
I mean, because the connection he made was clean.
Yeah, the connection he made was clean. But the reason why I say it's a scuffed shot is because if you look at the ball, if you look at the way the ball spins, that ball is continuously rising, whereas most volleys you see are arrows. Most volleys you see are arrows. Like Nacho's volley against I think Portugal. Wait, that's an arrow. That was the same technique as Pavard's, but the reason why Pavard's is better is because not only did he place it in the top corner, it was also the time and the place. They were losing 4-2. No, they were losing 2-1. 2-1 quarterfinals, and that's against Argentina to get them back in the game.
I hit the crossbar again. God's sake. But yeah, no, that was a beautiful goal.
You know, I want to hear something from Turin now. I want to hear one of Turin's controversial opinions. I want to hear one of his because you know what's weird with Turin? Sometimes Turin has a dumb brain, but there are moments where he is very smart. Like I think once he said to me once that Berkey isn't good, but because of Akanji he's worth putting in the squad. Because of the Akanji I have, he's worth putting in the squad.
I mean, to be fair, all goalkeepers, none of the goalkeepers are exceptional. I mean, I can't.
Except you exclude the icons and Nick Pope.
Peter Schmeichel. I mean, I don't know. I'm not entirely sure why I spent so much. Not even spent so much, but I don't know why I put so much fodder and spent like 80k for a goalkeeper. But yeah, to be honest, even worse. I just wouldn't icon moments, man. But yeah, no. Berkey, putting Burke in there. How tall is Burke?
He's 6'4".
Oh, he's worth it, yeah. He's not going to be bad. He's 6'4".
Yeah, he's 6'4" with 88 reflexes.
Exactly, he's going to be decent. And if it's
I think,
what's the forward? A Kanji, definitely worth it, because a Kanji
yeah, he's like he's got 85 diving, 82 handling, 88 reflexes, 82 positioning. But the reason why I said that is because like I got Neuer in one of my things, and I was contemplating putting him in my squad because it's like Mbappe's at right back. He's already got the green link to him, and that. So I was thinking, but then I said, but what if I want to change it? Because there are players that never play consistently on this game.
No, no. What the hell? What kind of heavy touch was that? Go on, continue.
And even Mbabu's not consistent on this game. They're like even I think before we started.
Disclaimer to anybody watching: he does not have what if Mbabu has normal Mbabu.
Yes, I have normal Mbabu. But what I mean is like,
Sorry, quickly. Rashford, what kind of a shot was that? You weren't so focused on being short. No, but should have scored that.
Yeah.
Is he gonna hold it in the corner in the 80th minute? Exactly, went out. You're going to continue?
The Rafinha card that I have, no, sorry, the Mbabu card that I have in the last 2 games, I think, the previous 2 games, he, like, for the first 15 minutes, switched off. Just completely ignored the entire game.
Like, my Dybala sometimes can be really, really...
And the reason why I say...
Stop bringing it in the corner like a little twat.
And the reason why I say... The reason why I say the keep what's his name is because if I keep Guendouzi and I keep Akanji and I forgot the goalkeeper's name now, but if I keep those Berkey, I can have any right back that links to either Sissoko or Kante. So if I get him, if I get the money to get him, I can get Reece James. If I get the money to get him, I could get
Reece James, future stars card.
Yeah, future stars card.
You know, I lost the game because Rashford thought he's gonna miss 2 shots. Oh my god, I can't believe this. But you're not gonna get it, but yeah, right on.
Yeah, but what I mean is like if I end up packing a player that costs $1 million and he's tradable,
yeah,
and I don't need to use him in my squad. I mean, if I can, I will, but I probably will end up spending that money on Mbabu because Mbabu's cheaper and he's.
You get $1 million, buy. Oh
no.
my god, now again I have to win 3
no,
games.
Kai, what I'm saying is Mbabu's what if card is like cheaper than Reece James because Mbabu's what if card it's now out on the market. It's about 100. It's about 200k. It's not that expensive. It's not as expensive as you think. Yeah.
No, it's 380k.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. It's not as expensive as you think, especially being a defender.
Reece James. Oh wow, fair enough. 640k. Who would have that?
If you compare the two, you would say like, oh, I prefer this one or I prefer that one. But in reality, yes, Reece James has better. He's better dribbling wise. He's better shooting right, better passing. Just worse on physical and on pace. But what I'm saying is, he's not worth that extra 300k.
Because of the link.
Yeah, he's only expensive because he's Prem 1, English 2, and Chelsea 3 because Chelsea don't have a good right back. Or like in terms of game, don't have a good right back. And I'm sorry to bring this to this, but I'm still cracking up at the RKO Harry Maguire Dylan Cesar Aspilicueta. I'm sorry, That
Or he
was
grabbed his
funny.
neck.
Where he grabbed him round his neck and
understand
pulled
how
him
that
to the
was not a
ground.
Man's literally grabbing his neck. How was that not a penalty? I mean, I can't lie. We had a couple things not given, like
No,
that handball.
but for me,
and the ones that got it. But
I
still.
wouldn't say how's that not a penalty. I'm just questioning how the referee didn't even acknowledge it happened.
Hey, I don't think VAR even checked it.
VAR nor the referee stopped to check what was going on.
That was
Because
mad.
Cesar Azpilicueta even had to go to the referee to say
I know.
he held him, he held me, and the referee didn't even do anything.
Check it.
Like,
It's all in the past.
at least check it.
No,
It's like that thing with the Pepe handball. Like, the referee didn't even go to check that. VAR didn't check that. Like, you can't tell me.
VAR. You know what? VAR is just too inconsistent. VAR could be such.
No, it's not. It's not
just
VAR.
too-
VAR, the machines and all that itself is good.
No, it's how
It's
how
the referees
used.
using it. It's the referees using it. Because like,
It's-
what I think we need to do is we need to be able to hear what the referees are saying
Yes.
and be able to see properly what they're doing, what tools they're using to use. Because
That'd be good.
I don't think, like, because they just, right now all they're giving us is a screen with lines. You can't actually see what the referees are doing or what
And
they're
you know
saying
what?
to say.
No, I can't lie. They need to fix the rules as well. Like, if I'm
Yeah.
watching a game, there are so many. You can't put in a tackle. You put in a tackle and you even touch the man, even if it's after, it's going to be a foul. The game's
Yeah.
gone so soft.
Yeah.
They need to review the rules. Handball rules is just. I don't even.
The handball rule has changed so many times that I don't even know what the previous one is
Change
anymore.
more times than you change your team, and that's saying something.
Okay, that is probably a lie, but it's an expression to prove a point.
Hyperbole. I'm exaggerating. But yes.
What I would have said, which I'm sure this is 100% the truth. VAR and handballs
That's not a good thing.
is really
Good
not.
combination.
Like, you'd think you'd be able to tell whether it's a hand, like, you see the handball with the handball that was given against Fulham, where the player's literally got his arm by his body and it's just bounced off him.
How is that? It does that. His arm's right next to his body. It's pressed
Yeah,
against his body.
but do you know
and
the
it's
reason why?
smashing
Do you know the reason why?
Why?
Because the
I don't
rule
know.
at the time of that was if the ball hits your hand, and even if it's in a natural position or anything, if the ball hits your hand and the player scores from it, it doesn't count because. And then you can understand that rule. You can understand that,
Yeah,
but in
but it's
points like that, that's dumb.
That's nice. His arm right next to his body. It's just
That's like if I'm in a football game, I've got my hands by my side, and the player on purpose just kicks it straight out my hand. What do you want me to do? Like, what exactly can I
run
do
away
to
from the
block
ball.
that? Because like, if I put my arms behind my back, it hits the bottom of my elbow. What do you want me to do? It's not like I can easily just move that out the way, because if my hand's behind my back, that means I'm trying to avoid using my arms.
exactly.
And that's what a lot of players are doing now. But what I'm saying with that is
when I'm
that
watching the game, I see so many players already, when they're about to defend, already put their hand arms behind their back, which puts you at a disadvantage. If your arms
because
behind your back are moving, they'd be less quick.
yeah, you're going to be slower, and you've got a bigger disadvantage because
Exactly.
you can't what's it called?
You can't use your arms even just to
Like,
move
you
and
know,
stuff.
slide tackles.
Yeah.
You need to use your arms, but now you literally can't. Because for momentum wise, you need to use your arms, and for balance wise.
Otherwise you just fall.
Yeah,
Wrong
otherwise
side.
you're just falling on the floor. Like, you know that one FIFA tackle animation where the guy just drops to the floor?
Yeah.
That's what your tackles would look like.
And that's not useful for anyone.
Yeah. Another FIFA. This is a FIFA conversation, so less about real life, more about
Go on.
the game. And this is one that people moan about a lot, and I understand why, but and this also runs along with like free stuff that's going on in real life as well. You know the pack stuff where like people were saying ban the packs and all of that.
No, why would you ban packs?
I would say don't ban the packs, don't ban the FIFA points as well. What I would say is
Fix the game.
no, it's to do with like the parents moaning about the loot boxes and stuff like that. I would say just make sure that what they should do is instead of having to just be able to put the card on the PSN account and
Yeah,
then
like
you
a
can
three-way authentication.
yeah, so like it has to run
like
through your
email or
phone.
whatever.
It has to run through the person's account. Like
I know, yeah.
because I don't know how many times.
Grabbing their parents.
Yeah, because one of my friends showed me an article where it said parents unhappy because a child's FIFA account got hacked to get someone's credit card got hacked to buy FIFA points. It didn't get hacked. It was your child. It was your child. And that's one other thing. Just be responsible for your child. Like
exactly.
you know the thing with like the woman that was killed by the policeman.
Yeah.
I would say, and they're saying like 6 p.m. curfew for men.
No, that's just.
I would say you can't hold. Like I was saying, it's.
Was I talking to that with Kylan?
Hmm.
Was I talking to that with Kylan? 6 p.m.
I
curfew.
don't know. But
Did we talk about it?
I don't think it was us. I don't know. But what I was saying was up to my friend at school.
Yeah.
I was like, you can't hold you can't hold thousands or millions of people accountable because of those few hundred that are just wanting to be dumbasses because their parents didn't raise them right or they had mental issues or something.
I know, exactly.
You can't hold because like now if the 6 p.m. curfew happens to happen somehow, that means I can no longer go outside to socialize with my friends or to meet my family at 6 p.m.
What about going on a date when you're older? Going on a date with a person?
Yeah.
You can't do that. You have to go for a lunch date. People don't even finish work.
And further than that is if I need to take my friend, family member, or anybody related to me or my friends or anything.
I need to cut for like 2 minutes. You can continue your conversation with Tarin.
Tarin is not here, so I'm going to be speaking to a black wall.
Tarin, it's your time to shine. It's your time to shine.
Yep, it's your time to shine, boy. Anything you want to say? Okay, I'll carry on this conversation with like Kai once he comes back.
You forgot to do it. You have washing up, yeah? Yes, you did.
Oh my
Yes,
gosh.
look.
Why have I forgot hunters there?
Yeah.
Okay, so for now while he's gone, I'll just talk about FIFA stuff. So I think players now it's easy to get it's really easy to get like cheap teams. It's really easy, and the cheap teams are usually the OP ones, like people with Rashford and Pogba, because they only cost combined 55k. It's kind of ridiculous when you think about it. But then again, you've got people with mad pack like Castro and all that get much better players. They get much better players. But that's the entire point of pack luck. You're meant to be lucky with what you pack. You can't just say, oh, I've got this guy now, so I'm gonna sell him, and then all of this happens, and then I get a million coin team or whatever. That's not what should be the case. The case should be, I've played well, I've deserved this. Like for Champs thing with Gold 3 players getting better rewards than players that finished in the top 200. That shouldn't happen. That really shouldn't happen. Especially for a game as developed as this is. That should not happen. What else was I thinking about earlier? Because I have a lot of these ideas when I'm just doing nothing. Oh yeah, consumables. Some of the dumbest things in this game. But why is the price range for them so high? Like, why should I need to spend 1,050 coins on a kit that I'm probably gonna wear once, and then I'm gonna change it because people like changing their kits frequently? It just doesn't make sense. And then again, you've also got things like shadows and hunters. Too easy to get. Like, I will go onto my team now. You will see every player has a shadow or a hunter or a hawk. Right. So look, shadow, 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 hunter, shadow, 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 and then go on my bench, shadow, 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 hunter. If I had him, if I put something on him, hunter. If I put something on him, shadow. It's too easy to get these things that should be not expensive, but it should be a luxury to get. Like you can just sell a shadow for 2k now. That's the max price it goes for, 2k. So, and the worst thing is, on the market, if you look for players, like if I look for a Rashford, because he's the easiest player to do it on, I'm going to look for a Rashford on the basic and a hunter. You will see the difference in price. Basic. Now let's go for max. Let's go for max by now. So he is about 25k. 20, none. 23, none. 25.5, none. 26, none. 28, none. Oh wow, he's gone up in price. There you go. Rashford on a basic is around 30k. Now let's search for Rashford on a hunter. Around the same price. Like, why? He should be much higher, especially if he's on a hunter. Because not only does that boost his already 91 pace to 99, it boosts all the mad finishing he has. Because let's be honest, dribbling, physical, and passing on this game does not matter. De Bruyne is not one of the worst players on this game. He is very good, but in terms of quality, you were probably better off getting Bruno, because Bruno's better pace wise and what's it called wise, and shooting wise and defending wise. But De Bruyne should be the better player out of the two, especially if you consider the ratings of the card. Like, if you, I don't know whether I still have this squad, but if I go into squad selector concept, where is it? The underrated and the FIFA best squads. How many of these players are 90 plus? Virtually none of them. You've got Neymar, you've got Mbappe. Other than that, virtually no one is, and Dybala, but other than that, virtually no one is above 80, is above 90. These three are the only cards, and it shouldn't be that way. If I was to go and make a squad based on players that I think should be the best in each position, I would probably say, so normal cards. Neymar's fine, he can stay there. Striker should be Ronaldo, but because Mbappe's quicker, it's him. Right wing should be Messi, but then again, it's Mahrez because he is quicker and he's got 5-star skill moves. Here, De Bruyne or Bruno should be the ones here. No, Dybala. Yes, Dybala has similar stats to De Bruyne, but the only reason why I picked this Dybala is because it is not because it's the highest rated Dybala. I just want to get the rating up. If you just pick normal Dybala, which is the one that Kai actually said, it is much lower rated than Bruno's card or De Bruyne's card. I don't think Bruno's card because he's 88 rated. But you know what I'm saying is the stats no longer matter on the player. Like this 88 dribbling, 79 shooting, 84 passing on Gomez doesn't matter anymore. He's only good because he's got 90 pace. Müller, same thing. Ignore the fact he can dribble, not the fact that he can shoot, not the fact he can pass. Because he's slow, no one uses him. Kai Havertz, everyone used him at the start of the game because he was the quickest cam in the Prem. That was affordable for everyone. Now you see everyone will either use Bruno. No, actually they only use Bruno for cam. Centre mid. Again, centre mid. You'd think Cruz, Modric, Verratti, Pogba would be the best ones. No, if you look at normal cards, it's De Jong who's down here, Wijnaldum who's down here. You see Goretzka, you'd see Partey. They're much so rated cards. It shouldn't be like that. Here you've literally just got dreadful options like Kyle Walker. I probably agree is probably the best option wise because you look at these guys. He's probably the best, not the best defensively, but just the best physicality wise as well. But if you want defensive security, Wan-Bissaka, or someone like where he is, Carvajal, physicality wise as well, Kyle Walker, perfect balance. Mendy is class. Mendy is a class player, but Robertson, Alba, Sancho, 5 players that should be used a lot. One of them is only used a lot, and that's Robertson. Jordi Alba isn't even the most used left back in the La Liga. The most used one, I think, is, where is he? You've either got Acuna, Yuri Berichiche, or even Torreira. People would use Torreira over Jordi Alba. Shouldn't be like that. Most of these players should not be here, but they are because of FIFA not being asked to do their game properly. They cannot be asked to fix their game properly. Like earlier, I came up against a guy on draft because I'm addicted to it. Came up against a guy on draft. He had a low rated team. I don't think I saw anyone above 86. Beat me purely because they were all quick. Purely just because they were all quick. Nothing to do with him being a good player, me having a bad day. He just beat me because they were quick. I had Joel Matip in my defense, so he used that. But you should see that in real life, only time pace is used in games is when it's a break. Like, how many times have you seen Salah or Mane or Aubameyang just continuously run somehow through your midfield, go round your left back, round your centre backs, go round your right back, jump over your goalkeeper and just run into the goal? Barely happens. I think there was a one time against Watford, Salah did it. That is one of the only times I'd say that's ever happened. He did that constantly against me. It was those 3 players constantly just run around, jumps over this guy, goal. Run around, jump over him, goal. Run around, jump over him, goal. Because that's all you have to do now. There's no skill really to playing FIFA. It's quick passes, score a goal, score a couple more, drop back. That's it. All you have to do. Score a couple goals, drop back. And what makes it worse is you see the first league objectives. Delfeu, got what's his name? You got the Bellerin card. All of those cards were great. Now you've got Pastore, Ruben Neves, and Benedetto. Now don't get me wrong, those cards look sick, but for players, for Argentina strikers, you've got better options. For League A strikers, you've got better options. Easily replaced by Bruno Fernandes. One player has just replaced an entire objective and has just made it useless. Again, here, he's just been nullified by Dybala. Even his normal card is better than this card. Like, they need to release better cards for players. Like, I'm going to go on, not concepts, I'm going to go in the library of FIFA cards. I'm going to tell you what cards or what players I think need to get better cards or need to get informs and stuff like this. So Ronaldo, Messi, Neymar, Lewandowski are black. So basically, like, most of these players are fine. One player I don't understand, Ter Stegen. Now, Ter Stegen is massively underrated in my opinion, because the performances he pulls up for Barca, saving things that shouldn't be saved, is incredible. And for him to not even get a single special card this year is very dreadful from FIFA. Another one is, where is he? He's not 89.
Oh my god, my leg hurts so much. I'm back.
Hello.
Oh.
So I was just on a rant about how FIFA is now no longer skill based or anything. It's just, it's not money based. It's no, it's speed based. All you see on teams now is teams with speed. Like, I don't see anybody using, like, if I search for normal cards that are centre backs, I don't see anybody using Koulibaly. Don't see anyone using Chiellini, PK.
You know what? The only players I play who use slow players are actually really, really good at the game.
That's fine. Because if you're good at the game, you use them well. That's brilliant. Because that shows you have some decency. If people are just going Varane, Joe Gomez, because they are quick, purely because of that. No, I have Varane because of what's it called? I have Varane because I got him. Yeah, I have Varane and Akanji because I got him. Because I got them. Like, I only use Fofana. I only did Fofana because he is a French Premier League centre back that is useful. I only did Tavernier not because he's quick, because he was useful for my team at the time. And even if I needed to,
you weren't gonna do Tavernier if you had 8 pace, were you?
I'm not gonna lie, I probably would have.
No, you wouldn't. You'd be unusable. What the flip is? What's going on my team right now?
You think that with Trent?
So easy to break.
You think that with Trent, people still somehow manage to use him. Like, I'm just thinking now. Like, FIFA is just based off pace. Like,
Yeah.
if players were based off purely of their pace and then what they are meant to do in their position, racing would be totally different. No, I mean like, because Adama Traore is, yeah, he's quickest player in the world right now, but he still isn't that good at shooting. What I would say, the person I would say is the best is Mbappe, because he's quick and he can shoot.
True. Yeah. Adama
Like,
can't shoot.
ignore the fact that that skill moves exist on this game. Those two things combined make him the best player on the game. Again, another one. Ben Yedder, like people, I actually commend people that still use him, because me using him, I know he still isn't the quickest player. He still is not. He is not by any long shot the quickest player. He's got 95 sprint speed, which makes him kind of slow for a striker. But what I like about people that use him is the fact that they are still using him not because of last year or because of any sort of meta.
He's still cracked in the game.
Yeah, he's still cracked.
Let's not get into
But
it, he's still cracked in the game.
yeah, but the reason why they use him is because he is a good player. Like, if you look at his card, you think for him to be 87 rated with 87 shooting and 90 dribbling is kind of underrated, considering that you look at someone else like what's his name? You look at someone else, any
No, I hit the post. Oh, still something reason would work. But yeah,
you look at any other striker in this game. Lewandowski's 98 has 98 shooting. Ronaldo's 98 has 98 shooting. Mbappe's 98 has 96 shooting. Puskás, again, is another one that's on the rate for me, because for you to be a striker and have 99 shooting and 85 rated, kind of confusing, especially when...
You mean 95 rated, not 85 rated?
Yeah, no, yeah, 95 rated, sorry. Especially when you look at someone like... Where is he? There was this one striker I played against. He had terrible shooting, but he had a high rating. I was just bare confused as to why he was there.
He's got quite low shooting for a striker with that rating.
No, because he's classed as a centre forward.
Yeah.
He is classed as a centre forward. I'm trying to look for his card now. I just saw a player. I think he had like 83, 84 shooting, but he was about 87 rated.
Yeah, Griezmann.
Yeah, it may be Griezmann. Let me check. Let me check Griezmann. No, Griezmann has 85 shooting.
Oh, I don't know. Was it a normal card or an inform or something like that?
It's a special card, but I'm not sure if it's normal. I'm not sure if it's like an inform or some. But he was just terrible. And for you to give him that rating, it's really confused me, because if you're a striker and you can't shoot, like, that's kind of worrying. That's your main job.
You can't shoot. You're doing something wrong.
That's your main job.
Exactly.
You should. There it is. Firmino.
Oh, Bobby. We're back to Bobby. Yeah.
88 inform striker. 82 shooting. 88 rating. You kind of question why.
No,
Another one, Kluivert, 84 rated, 84 shooting, 88 rated. Yeah, he was good, but what was your reason for giving him 88 rating if his shooting is
I can't lie.
not even?
Some players that, but I don't know. It's a
Like,
weird one. He was a really good player, but his shooting was really good. His finishing was good, but
Yeah.
he's like Inzaghi. Like, if you look at his card, all he could do is shoot. He was a really good player. all he could do was finish. He couldn't do anything else. His finishing
Yeah,
was amazing.
it's gonna be like Harry Kane when he gets an icon, or if he gets an icon, all he can do is shoot. Let's be real, all he can do is
Harry
shoot.
Kane can pass as well. He's a very good. Harry Kane's a really good playmaker.
Yeah. And then like, if I go down to the lower ratings now, because that's where I'm heading, I'm like 86, 85 now. If I go down to the lower ratings, and you see, I think I saw this. Yeah, Zlatan, 90 shooting. You give him 90 shooting and 85 rating.
Well, because
Again, kind of confusing. Because, yeah, he's not great dribbling wise, or pace wise, or whatever. But he's got one in his shooting. He's got one stat under 90, and that is his finishing. But that's easily fixed by a hunter.
Yeah.
And anything is easily fixed by a hunter in this game. I don't know why. But
Oh my god, what a save that is.
but it's kind of weird.
Yeah, FIFA's just a weird game in general. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's-
and
ratings, I can't lie, the ratings make, out of everything in FIFA, I think the ratings are one of the only things that generally as a whole do make sense. Not always, but
Yeah.
generally as a whole they do make sense.
yeah. And also one thing I don't understand. People were moaning about Zlatan last year, where they were saying like, why is his balance so low? Why is his...
He's a lanky Donny.
Yeah, he's 6'5". He's taller than most goalkeepers on the game. Tall, and me being one, I can tell you now, me used to being the tallest person on the pitch playing at a young level, you usually don't have balance. Like, if I got tackled and my dad would mock me for this, you'd fall to the ground, but it would take you a while to get there.
Yeah.
It would take you a while to get there, but you'd fall. Reason why? Because you're tall. You've got a low center of gravity. You've got a high center of gravity. Once you get lower, it's going to be harder. Yeah, Marley is.
My boy does not fall down. He's
he doesn't fall.
Boy.
And-
Shan.
And you know that
Not-
tack.
not
You
strong,
know,
just-
and you know the tackle I put on Kylan, where like,
Yeah.
I don't. Oh no, you weren't here for it.
No, I saw the wait, which one? I thought you were talking about the one. Okay, never mind.
It's the one where I stuck out my leg. Basically what Varane does in almost every single game when someone's in for a goal. I stuck out my leg and I trapped the ball underneath like my calf.
Yeah.
Kylan went down on the ground. And
Was it yesterday?
yeah, it was yesterday. And people
Did he
were
go
saying
off for a bit? Did he go off for a bit?
no, it
Did he
didn't.
go off?
It was after that. And people were like why like they were surprised as to like why I'd done that. But what I'm saying, but I had done that for two main reasons. Because he was being a jackass on that day. I'm sorry if you're seeing this in the future or whatever. You were being a jackass on that day. I don't care. You were being a proper dickhead. And because he was doing too much of like it,
Does too much with the ball.
and I tackled him. And people said to stop just because of the fact that he had hurt himself. And I'm like, and they gave him a free kick because of it. Like, what I'm like is, if that's in real life, if that's in a game, the referee's not giving that because I've got the ball. So you just need to learn to get up and move on. Like, there's a tackle Mikel put on me. I went past him, he just stuck out his ass, I fell on the floor. No one gave a foul. So I went into a tackle with my studs up. People got angry at me for that. I'm like, but he is just, because he's done that right in my knee, and some people in my primary school know this. I had a battle with MJ and he bent my knee back by doing that exact same thing.
Yeah.
And it's like the Harry Kane thing. If people don't realise that problem, people are gonna start getting hurt from it.
Yeah.
Keep an eye on her because I'm going to have a bath.
Okay, can you come out, please?
Sorry.
If people don't realise stuff like this, where moves are purposely trying to hurt players or gain advantage. It's gonna become a problem.
That the Harry Kane thing is it's really slight. So you can properly injure someone.
It's
I get
yeah,
it from like
because
a football standpoint. Like,
you
it
know,
gives you an
he did it.
advantage, but that's slight.
He did it on Gabriel. He did it on Gabriel when playing for Arsenal, and Gabriel almost landed on his neck.
Exactly.
Gabriel was moaning at the end of the game, saying, "I almost landed on my neck. I could have got killed."
Exactly.
It can kill a player, but because no one's pointing it out, because none of the referees are pointing it out or punishing him for it, he's coming doing it.
Harry Kane's is England's golden boy.
Golden boy, yeah, he's England's golden boy and all. But
and to be fair, he is a very good football player. But
it's like
he has some stuff he does is a bit dodgy.
Yeah, it's like when players in the game, when defenders, that one defender guy that I think he was in through a goal and he took him out.
I saw that. I can't lie.
But
that's all right, but don't be so aggressive.
No, but what I'm saying is, he was smart with the.
You know what, Joe? You know what? Ignore that. Actually, I would have done the exact same thing. Just hack him down. Right there, you're thinking just hack him down. Don't let him score. Just hack him. Yeah.
Because what I'm thinking is, people like the way Dubaba reacted. I'm like, why are you reacting? Because
exactly.
I don't care who you are. I don't care who you. I don't care who you are, where you're from, whatever you're doing in that time of moment. If you are in that position, in that time, your team is losing by that many goals, you are going to take him out. You are going to take him out.
Exactly. Take him out. Just take him out.
Like.
It's like you know Suarez, that handball against Ghana in the World Cup.
Yeah.
I know I can't lie, it is unprofessional.
Yes. But most of the people would have done the same thing.
He knows he's going to get a red card. He made a sacrifice, and it paid out for him.
I think what made people more.
I think what Ghana had scored the penalty, everything would have been fine. No one would have really cared. But because they missed, it became a really big deal.
No, but you know what I think it was? It's because I saw that and I'm like, you mean you could have just gone with your head? Like that would have been the more smart option.
Instinctive there, just to go with your hands.
Yeah, it's instinctive.
But I would have done the same thing. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I know I've been playing goalie for a long time, but I would do, if I wasn't a goalie, I would do the same thing.
Yeah.
It's a World Cup. You're gonna do whatever you can.
Yeah.
To make sure it's not a goal, and it worked.
And you know that Valverde tackle on.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say that's a good tackle. And it wasn't actually a good tackle.
It wasn't a good tackle, but do you know what I liked? Do you know what I liked about that situation?
What?
The way Simeone reacted. Simeone's players rushed in and did Simeone. I don't think he did this, but I remember I felt like it feels like he came on the pitch and like said to his players like, calm down, don't worry about it, it's fine.
Yeah, because I mean,
because
he's trying to save his team to win.
Especially Simeone, the way he played, he knows. Exactly. He knows he would have done the same thing, so he can't get frustrated about it.
Like, what's it called? It's like, you can't. You're gonna do whatever you can for your team to win.
Yeah.
Like, if you're doing it with malice, if you're doing it with the intention to hurt
if you're
the player,
doing it like Pepe does, where you're just doing it for the intention to hurt someone, then you get frustrated at them.
But this time,
if they're doing it tactically, if they're doing it tactically, don't get mad at them for it, because they're being smart.
I think probably in the heat of the moment you're gonna get pissed off. I get pissed off in the heat of the moment.
Yeah.
But
like it's like again with that tackle that Mikel, put on me, I'm like, why? In the heat of the moment, I'm frustrated.
Yeah, of course.
But then I still think it's a bad tackle, and I still know it's a bad tackle.
The actual situation.
But you can understand why he's done that, because he's been smart, because he knows it's me, and he knows everyone around here knows me, and they know I'm a strong, tall person, so like most challenges on him should be fine. But me being me, I know what it's like to be constantly just kicked because of your height.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, because everyone thinks you're a tough guy because you're big and strong, which you are. But okay,
Yeah.
it's also like like I was watching this video on Instagram. It was when Reece James timed wasted against Lee.
Yeah.
Like obviously in the game, when someone time wastes, it pisses you off so much. But it's a good tactic. I don't see why.
Yeah, it's a
people
good
have an
tactic.
issue.
I don't see why people
It's
have an
not
issue
written.
with it.
It's not written anywhere. It might be slightly unsportsmanlike, but in the end of the day, it's a competition. You're not hurting the other team. You're not disgracing them. You're not doing anything bad. You're just trying to win the game.
Yeah.
It's not against the rules.
And you know, I'm gonna go back to what I said earlier about where we were talking about the 6 p.m. curfew, because I was talking about FIFA points where like the parents were saying like just ban the FIFA. I was saying don't ban the FIFA points, hold the person or the parents accountable for it.
Exactly.
Like, you know,
Trin, shut up.
He's about to.
I'm muting Turin. There we go. He's muted. I was saying like it's the same thing with the 6 p.m. curfew. You can't hold millions of people accountable because of what a few thousand stupid people have done. It's
You
like
need to be, like,
it's like
more
that
severe
one
with the
teacher at
people
school.
who've done
It's like that one teacher at school that holds back the entire class because that one idiot in school just wouldn't shut his mouth.
Oh my god.
You can't
thank
hold
you.
us back
my
for
God.
him.
I was in, I think what was it, engineering, my old engineering teacher.
Yeah.
Basically, someone accidentally, no, I don't know if he did it accidentally or not, because we did it retard at times. But he broke like one of the tools we were using for the project. She made everyone stay back half an hour because he broke it. I'm like, did we break it? Were we involved? No.
Yeah, and do you know what? The reason why we weren't panicked about it, and this is what I think we should do to deal with them, but not in this way. Like, let's be honest. Don't do something this dumb, please don't. The next time we saw him, we properly beat the shit out of him. Properly, because we got held because the teacher said next person to talk will hold the entire class accountable.
Yeah, that is
and he shouted out loud.
Oh, he did it.
Out loud. He did it on purpose. And that's what I'm saying with like the 6 p.m. curfew thing. It's those people that are doing it on purpose. Like, it's because, and do you know what? Do you know the reason why? It's because sometimes it's because of the parents. Like, you see those kids. You see those kids that I saw this video. I saw this video where it's like someone was saying, their friend's parents allowed them to go with knives, allowed them to play with nails, broken glass and stuff like that.
And then they think that's okay,
and then no, that's not what I was saying. That's not what I'm saying. It's like, and his mom wouldn't allow him to do that. His mom wouldn't allow him to do that, and he'd think, why? And he realised now that he's older. The reason why is because his parents actually cared for him. The other kids' parents didn't care for them. That's why they're so messed up. That's why because the rapist and the police cop that like killed the girl. The reason why his mind's like that is either because of mental illness, because of him feeling power, choice, which is really one where it's like, okay, now we're questioning why the hell you were put in the police force, or because of his upbringing.
Yeah, it's always links back to your upbringing. It's not always deliberately
It's not always deliberately your parents, but it's your upbringing.
It's like sometimes it's ignorant.
Like there is one main reason why I am known as the aggressive player on the field, and it's because Dad doesn't understand this now, and I get frustrated at him because it's his fault for this. Because whenever I get hurt, whenever I get tackled on the football pitch, Dad would just say to me, "What are you crying for? Get up."
No, I know he does that.
And then when he sees what I done to Mikel, where I literally went studs up on him, and he's like, "Yo, calm down, calm down. Why are you so aggressive now?" And he said,
Yeah.
and I didn't say this out loud, but I said in my head, "This is your fault. You're doing this to me, because when I was 3-4, I would get two-footed by almost every player because I was tall, I was strong, I was quick. If I'm in behind, I'm getting two-footed from the back." I think once I almost damaged my ligaments because of someone's tackle. I almost damaged my ligament. My dad had told me to get up and play on.
Yeah. I know you.
My dad had told me to get up and play on.
I think
And-
your dad had like, because you're big and strong. I think your dad just had like really high expectations of you strength-wise.
No, the reason, do you know the reason why? Because I'm his son. But what I'm saying is, don't take care of your son or your daughter too harsh, but don't be those parents that just don't give a shit about your child.
Yeah, like
Be
sometimes
in
like,
the middle, like, you know, what's it called?
Exactly.
I like what's it called? I can't remember the movie, but it's like a family movie, and it's like the boyfriend goes to the boyfriend is like a white boyfriend. It's a very old movie. It's a white boyfriend goes to see his black fiance at his parents' house.
West Side Story?
No, I don't think it's that, but he's the white guy's just lost his job. He's very anxious about meeting his girlfriend's parents or his fiance's parents. His dad at the start doesn't like him at all. Doesn't
Well,
like
her
him.
dad doesn't like him.
But then her dad doesn't like him, and then he slowly grows into him because what he realizes is me shouting at my daughter for this is not going to make anything better. It's not going to make him go away. So I just need to own up to him.
Exactly, just accept it. It's not.
Just accept it. It's like,
If anything, you getting angry about it is going to make it worse. Because they're going to rebel against you even more. By that. Yeah.
it's the same as again. It's again. It comes back to that thing where it kind of links to the story about the parents not caring, because that parent cared enough to get angry, but then owned up to him. But he was still kind of harsh because he knows he's got to keep him in. He's got to keep him in order, otherwise someone's going to get messed up in the future.
Exactly.
The parents of some of the children just don't care.
I know, it's like sometimes
and
I just watch,
it
like-
affects them.
Like,
Like,
at my
you-
school, my friend Rajay, he's like, his mum just does not give a shit. He could go out his place at like 12 o'clock in the middle of the night. Wait, sorry, how's on that record? I'm through on goal. Ref driving around, just slash people that's on record. But anyway, he'd go out whenever he wants. He could do whatever the flip he wants. And like, I remember some of my friends were saying, "Oh my god, he's so lucky that his mum doesn't care." But no, 'cause in the
No,
future,
I'm
it's gonna
saying-
fuck him up.
I'd be worried too, because because I'm just thinking now, if some parents cared the exact same way for their children as my parents did for me, you know, these people that think they're gangsters or bad
Yeah, they
man and all
wouldn't.
that, they wouldn't exist. They wouldn't exist. Why? Because they've got someone to look after them.
Exactly.
And especially if their dad treating them the way my dad does to me, because my dad wouldn't allow me. Like,
Yeah, like you've got a really good relationship with your dad.
Yes.
You've got a really nice
it
relationship.
sometimes can be ultra annoying, but it's a good relationship.
Exactly, but it's always gonna be it's your dad, your parents.
Because
it's always gonna be.
because there's one person, and this really shows about it. This really shows how much parents have an influence on their children. One of the people in one of my maths, science, and English classes doesn't have, his dad left him before he was even born, and his mum, he says his mum doesn't really care about him, and all he has is his older sister, who
Yeah.
really looks after him. And you can see how much it's changed him, because before his older sister was like looking after him, because they were in different schools, they had different things to do. Before his older sister was looking after him, he just wouldn't care about anything. But once he moved into secondary school, and his sister came and looked after him, he started to fix up about it. And that just shows you, maybe if you cared about your child a bit more.
When you have someone that
yeah.
cares about you, like takes care of you, it just like it gives you sense of confidence and like, oh, I'm good enough that someone cares about me.
Yeah.
When you don't, it just makes you feel like what's the word? Oh my god, what a goal!
It makes you feel. It makes you kind of feel, unloved and unwanted. Like I remember.
That little twat, Stuart, not Stuart Armstrong, whatever his name is, Ryan Armstrong. Adam Armstrong.
It is Stuart. Yeah, Adam.
Little twat.
I remember something. From when I was like 7, 8. I think because of the way my dad treated me, I started to feel like he didn't love me. So I went to talk to him, and he said to me, the reason why I'm treating you like this, it's not because I don't love you, it's because I love you enough, and I don't want you to turn out. I don't want you to turn out like those boys on the street, where to defend themselves they need a knife. They need a knife to defend themselves, and then in doing so, they just put themselves in more danger, because they defend themselves, then they go in jail because they've killed someone.
Exactly.
Like, I sometimes think, was it worth it killing that person to then go in jail because you felt threatened because of where he comes from?
Exactly. I don't understand that. I know it's a gang, but that does not make sense to me. Why are you gonna beat a man because he lives somewhere else?
Yeah, like, it's like, if it's like different country, if it's like because you know that specific person has done something detrimental to your family, then yes, like, hurt him, but don't kill him. That's a bit too intense.
No,
If it's because you're from the same country, you just don't like that certain area, that is dumb. That is the definition of dumb.
It's about ego. It's all about, especially with young men.
Yeah.
Ego in a young man, your ego is
Your ego is one of the biggest things in your body.
Your ego is so
and it
big,
shouldn't
but
be.
It's so fragile. Your ego is so. And one little thing will like set your ego. It will shatter your ego.
Yeah.
That's why these men that protect themselves with knives, it makes them feel powerful.
And do you know? Do you know what's weird? I came up against I didn't come up against someone with a knife, but I came up against someone who was threatening to use a knife on me. And do you know what I said to him?
What?
I said to him, I'm going to leave you alone, but what I've noticed, there's one thing I've noticed about you that you haven't noticed about yourself and your family. He asked me for what it was, but I didn't tell him, and he got frustrated. He just did. I didn't tell him, and I said, you're not gonna like it when I told you. He said, tell me anyway. And I said, there's two things. Your parents don't care about you, or you're just doing this because you're a pussy. Because let's be honest, inside really, if you need a knife to protect yourself, you are not strong, you're just a pussy.
Yeah.
Because, or parents just don't care about you enough to let you take a knife outside.
Exactly. I can't lie, that's a dangerous thing to say. Certain man will just get pissed off and just chef you up right there.
Yeah, I know, but do you know the reason why I said that?
Why?
Because that person was standing next to someone I know, so I know if anything, that person can stop them.
Yeah.
That person can stop them.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying, like, if it's come to the point where you need to take a knife out because you feel threatened by me because I want to go to fucking Tesco's and buy myself a Kit Kat, then you're
That is wrong.
something's just wrong with you.
It's like the worst one is a man that just like shank people they don't even know. Like, or certain man just do it just for the thrill of it. It's just
Yeah.
it's just.
I think we need to get back onto FIFA conversation because I just realised I am still recording and this entire time we've gone from FIFA to football
Gone through life.
to yeah, we've gone through life in this episode, man. We've gone through life. But speaking of,
in any event, I'm on. Oh, I'm about to say I'm on COD. I look at the time. It's 9:52. What's the bloody point?
yeah. Yeah, but back to FIFA now. Back to FIFA or football now. There's a lot of things wrong with this game. VAR, VAR, referees, the players. But one thing I would say is, no matter what, we would all still go crazy for this game.
Oh, of course.
We would all still go crazy for this game.
As much as our things, the reason we hate certain parts of it so much is because we love the game so much.
Yeah.
It's almost like painful to see it sometimes be just like tarnished by that kind of shit stuff. Because you care about the game so much.
Like, there are so many times, so many times, and this frustrates me to the point where I sometimes even, like, you know like those loud bangs that you hear and you're like, what's that? Most of the time for mum it's me. It's just me purely because of football. It's when you should have beat that team but you didn't, and there's not an explanation as to why you didn't.
Oh my god, I know.
Like for you the one that annoys you is Leeds. That is what a case of this.
Leeds?
Yeah, where you didn't beat Leeds and you know you should have.
I don't understand that.
And for me, it's Olympiacos last year. Aubameyang, so many chances.
The one where Aubameyang hit the ball.
You scored an overkick hit. You couldn't hit a shot. You couldn't hit any other shot on target.
It's like when you're playing the game. I hate losing when I play, but at least when you're playing the game, even if you lose, you know you were there. You could have done something to influence. And when you're watching, you just feel so helpless, and you just feel thinking like, for God's sake, man, just fix up.
And what makes it worse is the fact that they are professionals.
Like, they do this on a regular basis. Like, they train every single day for that.
Like, your main job is to do that, and you still can't do it.
You get, like, bro, you're getting paid millions to kick ball. That is literally every single kid's dream.
Like, you got that 1 in a million chance.
Exactly.
And you mess it up. And do you know what the weirdest thing is? Most of the players.
Turin says that, and it kind of makes sense actually.
What did he say?
He said it's something going on about money, but it's but it's just, I think obviously money
has a big part to play in why football is going weird now. But what I would say is the reason why football is going down the drain, it's not because of money, it's because we're allowing the money to get into football. Like, I don't remember this because I wasn't born at this time, so I literally cannot say I can remember this because I was not born there. But I remember seeing a picture. It's me, Jaden and my dad going to an Arsenal game. We are all smiling, we are all happy, we're all this, that. And Dad was like, you know how much I had to pay for those tickets, and you know how much I had to pay for these shirts.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
but it's worth it.
Yeah, it's worth it. But I'm like, I'm sorry, you shouldn't really have to pay that much for it. Like, my mum should not pay £45 for something that will last a year.
Exactly, it's so overpriced.
My dad should not spend £75 on a boots that I will wear for 6 months. My grandparents should not have to spend money, large amounts of money, because they bought me the France kit.
Yeah.
They should not have to spend that money, especially since it is a national team. These guys do not get paid by the national team, and it's more expensive than the club kits.
I know, it's just become too...
It's too corrupt with money.
It's just,
Like,
I don't know.
and do you know what the weirdest thing is?
It's become a business.
Do you know what the weirdest thing is?
What?
Bet you any money, you could go on the street right now and just go to a random person that you know loves football.
Yeah.
Ask them one simple question. Would you go where the professional footballers are right now but be paid nothing?
Yeah.
Guarantee
no
you they'd
doubt.
say yes.
No doubt.
Because you know what? I would not care if I'm not being paid anything. If you love football enough, you wouldn't care how much you're being paid. You would just play. Like
You play for
that thing with Mesut Ozil where he didn't want to take the pay cut. Just proves you're just in it for money. You don't love the game because you just did it for money.
I don't know,
It's just the mind frame of some players is so baffling.
the players actually, I can't lie, the players do deserve the money. Now hear me out. People say footballers are severely overpaid. They are paid a lot, but I can't go out and say they're overpaid because of the revenue they actually bring. It's not just the football, the revenue around it also. But yeah, they are they're paid correctly in like what's it called in perspective, but all players are just overpaid.
Yeah, but for me, what makes it worse is this debate we had at school. Now, I agree with the people in this debate. I agree with the way that they said football in this way, football players are being paid too much. They said compared to NHS workers, footballers are paid too much.
I know exactly.
And I agree with that. But the reason why I got a bit frustrated with that is because football is its own organisation. Money can come in and out of football, but that's depending on who they're linked with. The NHS is directly with the linked to the government.
The NHS and the government. I think with the argue about the NHS, I don't think I just think the NHS is just severely underpaid. That's it.
Yeah, they're severely underpaid for the reason because the government can't be able to get off their lazy asses. They don't care. They can't be able to get off their lazy asses. Football players are paid a lot because people love the games. People love the games. So they brought revenue into the games. They brought all this into the games, and
makes sense.
They got money. They made money for it. So pay rises slowly went up. Like I remember reading Martin Keown's book.
Wait, Trin, give me a sec. Wait, Trin, say something. Go on, Trin.
Wait, hold on. Tell him to wait because I'm gonna unmute him.
Wait, Trin, he's gonna unmute him. So wait.
Alright, say it now, Turin. Say it now, Turin.
I don't know if this would happen, yeah, but say if Ronaldo's body got sold, do you think it would be
what
more
the
than all he's ever earned? Like,
what?
Like,
it won't. It won't. But that's what I mean with like this thing, because some players are worth more than flipping companies. Some players are worth more than flipping companies.
Mbappe's worth like what, 200 mil plus.
And for Barcelona, Messi's about 800 million.
They pay him so much money.
But
it's just
what
too much.
What I'm saying is, why pay that much for a player like that?
See if they win, like,
yeah, but I say why pay for a play? Why pay that much for a player?
Make it back, but use that for something else. Don't pay. That's so much for one person.
Yeah, like
and
I say.
if you think about it, football is not the most demanding job. If you're playing football, generally, not always, like Danny Elvis, he doesn't enjoy football. He enjoys football, but not that much. But generally, on a whole, footballers enjoy football a lot. You're getting paid so much money to kick ball, to train, which you're gonna enjoy, and to play. It's just mad.
Yeah. Like another thing with paying for a player, why pay so much for a player? Why pay so much for a player?
Exactly. I think
when you can just do what like clubs like Arsenal, Barcelona, what they do, just homegrown talent.
No.
Like-
You know what I think? You know what I think? Football should incorporate a lot more,
What?
like the NBA. Trades.
I'm not basketball.
Trades.
What's that?
I get,
It's a trade, basically like drafts or trades. Like instead of actually paying exuberant amounts for a player.
the, like, the football, like I guess, like football as a whole, they earn more than like the NBA. So I guess.
No, yeah,
they
definitely.
can afford
Yeah, but I think I understand what you mean by when you say drafts. It's like when they pick players out, like.
Yeah. No, you know what? Drafts, maybe not. Actually, drafts, I don't think, because academies are a really big thing. I think with trades, they should incorporate that.
Yeah,
a
you
lot
may
more.
need to explain to me what trades are because I don't know what that is.
Basically, yeah, go on. Yeah, basically, it's like it's a player for a player, or sometimes a player for a draft pick. So like they could trade. I don't know, like okay, let's say I'll put this in football terms. Ronaldo right now is playing for Juventus. Man United could request a trade, so they get my Ronaldo, and what's it called? Juventus gets, I don't know, Anthony Martial, David De Gea, and like an academy prospect. Something like that. That's sort of how it works in the NBA, sort of, but not really, but sort
So
of.
basically a swap deal.
It's a
but
swap
with
deal,
more players.
but exactly, but it's more complex. It's not just money involved because the prices of players now are crazy.
Yes.
It's so expensive.
For me, the thing that I don't understand about any of this is the fact that all these players, you get paid. You're paying so much for them, and it's like, what if they don't perform?
Exactly. That's a risk you're willing to take. That's a different story.
Yeah, but it's like, what if PSG paid that 200 million for Neymar, and it takes him 20 games to score his first goal in Liga?
No, but after that he's been on banging form.
No, I mean like, what if that was the case?
Well,
I
Like,
don't know then.
you would not be happy at the fact that you signed him.
Yeah, of course not. This is
And for me to say that I was one of those people that like, I was
Yo,
like,
sorry, quickly. You know Wolves are playing Liverpool.
yeah,
You
Well,
know
they're
it's
winning.
90th minute plus 15 minutes of added time. I know Rui Patricio got injured quite badly apparently, but 15 minutes is a long time.
hey, Fergie time, let's go, Fergie time.
Come on Wolves, put us like that in the bag.
Yeah.
Oh,
Jaden's gonna go limbs.
My friend got Harvey Barnes, not John Barnes from his Icon, Prime Icon pack.
Fam, nah. How is it that
Yeah.
you know Wolves? Oh, it's ended now. But Wolves put John Ruddy on the pitch.
Yeah, the goalkeeper, I know. And the
Nah,
guy,
that's
the
mad.
guy never retires.
That's mad. He's been around for like 50 years now.
I
But
remember, didn't he play for Norwich?
yeah, he did once he played for Norwich.
Norwich, you know what? Norwich are such a weird team. For some reason, they always seem to win the championship, but they always seem to come last in the Prem.
Yeah.
Or like second to last, so always get relegated from the Prem. But they always win the championship. I don't understand it. That made no sense to me, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and this is one thing that, if anything, I just don't understand how this can work in football, in any sport at all. When when a player is doing something like, I'll give you a situation, like a real life situation that actually happened. Moise Keane was where he put his arms up, like saying, what now, because he was getting monkey chants.
Yeah.
What makes you feel the need to chant monkey chants at him? Like,
Oh, I thought, you know
what
what,
were you-
racism
what is
is something
going
that
on?
I would never
No,
understand.
not even just racism, but because it's not just about, because sometimes it's not even just because he's this colour skin or that, it's because he's playing for a different club. You feel the need
Yeah,
to
no,
just,
it's fine. No, but like, it's just, I don't understand. Like,
like,
I
it
don't get the shit.
really,
You can call a player or you can call them shit, you can call them whatever you want. But it's not about them personally. Or about
it's about the club.
that, look, it's like when someone criticizes something you can't control about yourself. Like, okay, you know about like what's it called, how like what's it called, body shaming.
Yeah,
Like, what's it called? If you're gonna body shame someone about being short, you can make fun of them being short, like a little bit. Like, as long as they don't take it too personally. I feel it's a little bit of jokes. But how you gonna a woman's gonna say men under 6 foot are useless? How you gonna say that about? Because they
That's
can't
like,
control that. It's not something you can control. Like, what's
yeah,
it called? If a person was to like body shame a guy person about being fat, that's extremely disrespectful.
yeah,
Like, that's just
I
disrespectful.
don't mind when
But
people smoke me about my height.
yeah. When it's mocking you about your height, because you're joking about, but when it's just pure disrespect, that's when it starts getting serious.
it's like, I just don't understand racism or prejudice in general. Like,
Yeah, like, you feel the
yeah,
need to threaten me because I don't look like you. Like,
exactly. Or I'm not from the same country. I'm not originally from this country. Or I was born here. I've got the same accent as you. I'm studying the same shit as you. I breathe the same air as you. But no, but even like people, like for example British people, no one's actually British. It's a mixture of German, what's it called?
with your France,
Scandinavian, Italian,
Scandinavian,
French,
Italian.
everything. It's all
Yeah.
about Europe. There's no such thing as a British person because Britain's been
And
invaded way too many times.
the people that take this to like an extreme level, Americans are
Oh,
like,
bro, your
America's the
country's
great.
like 300 years old. You're all either Irish,
Yeah,
English,
you're all Irish,
Spanish,
English,
or French.
Spanish, or French. None of you are domestic Americans because they were all killed,
Exactly.
or
There's no such
native.
thing.
They were all killed. They were like,
Unless you're actually Native American, like American Indian. Unless you're
yeah,
actually Native American. Oh wait, give me a second, give me a sec. Yeah? Oh shit, sorry.
yeah. So
I don't even have that class tomorrow anyway, so it's fine. I don't have that class tomorrow anyway. I don't have history tomorrow. Alright, let me check it. But yeah,
yeah,
I've got to come off. And my mom's comparing me to watching her work, which I forgot to switch on. I'm gonna find an excuse for that. But yeah, basically, it's just racism and prejudice is just like what's it called? Age prejudice is one of the weirdest things. How you gonna criticize me because I'm young? Just because some people that are my age are moving mad doesn't mean I am as well. But yeah, it's just a
yeah.
really weird one.
I saw this person on the street. They
Give me a second. Huh?
yeah. Oh my god, this guy is.
I don't have that tomorrow. Alright, let me check. Give me a sec. I'll check it. I'm gonna come off now. Alright, let's forget that. I've literally got to come off now. I've got to
Yeah. Like,
I'm
just squeeze a few seconds in.
Go on.
Yeah, just so we can end the video. Yeah, but like we were saying, like, it's just something in football or in life is just messed up. So I'm just gonna end it here. If we ever feel like the need to talk about anything, we're gonna come off. We're gonna, yep, win through life. But anyway, oh, well done. But anyway, we're coming off now.
Hey, that's what I'm gonna say. I did my homework, but it's not spell out
Oh, you're lucky.
But anyway.
Anyway, we'll see you all whenever the hell we get to see you next. Goodbye.